This is Bankai 922. If you, sorry, if you guys saw, I did a video about Tenchi Muyo and others, but this is about this week's Bleach chapter, which is 440, and it's entitled Quiet Friendship. Alright, basically, the way it starts off, and this chapter was very ridiculous. It was, Kubo went really far. He went a little bit too far, in my opinion. Basically, it starts off with, Ichigo and Chad are racing towards Orihime because Chad says, "Oh, something strange is happening to Orihime," blah blah blah. So they're running, trying to get to her, blah blah blah. They talk about how it seemed strange, Horizetsu. But anyway, you go back to Orihime, what's going on, and she's confronting this guy, the leader. I don't even know his name. I can't even say his name. But anyway, she's confronting him, and she's got her hands up like this. She's holding it like this. And at first, he turns around and walks away. And then something happens that surprised me. But it shouldn't have surprised me, but it did anyway. Orihime still has her powers. Huh? As far as I know, when Ichigo had his powers, he influenced Orihime and Chad. So when Ichigo lost his powers, how come they didn't? But then again, Ichigo's lost his powers before, so that doesn't really have any merit. So at that point, when he's walking away, the guy, she does, Senkan Gensu, whatever you call it. And at that moment, the guy goes behind her and stabs Orihime. It's not really a stab, though. It's more like a slash. And the sword is, coming out of her chest. One of her boobs. Which is kind of weird. It was, in the shoulder area. So, I was like... my heart skipped a beat. That's how bad I thought it was. It was something you did not expect. I did not expect this from Kubo. To finally, and by the way, here's a tidbit. This is probably the first time Orihime's been stabbed in the entire show. I'm not joking around when I say that. You look at all the episodes. She hasn't been stabbed once. She's been beaten up by a girl. 2 girls, I should say. Our girls. Remember those? Manoli and Moili. But she's been beaten up. And she's been hit by Yami and broken bones and stuff. That was it. But here's the weird part. The guy stabs her. He didn't really stab her. Then there's a part where you see blood dripping down and it says, "Quiet Friendship." So what ends on happening is she realizes she's touching her, feeling there's no mark there. There is no cut. She's not dead. And then that guy and the other guy disappear. And then Ichigo and Chad come in. And, Chad's asking her questions. "Oh, what was that weird feeling I had?" And she says, "Oh, I had a stomach ache." And the tide has turned here. You know how the majority of the show, Ichigo tried to not getting his friends involved? Well, in this scenario, what happened was, Orihime did not want to tell Ichigo what was going on. So she says, "I can't allow Kurosaki-kun to find out." And she thinks to herself, I'll text text Chad later about it. And she has an afterthought about this guy, saying that she feels like, why do I feel like he's my friend? This is the same guy who attacked Uryu. Why am I feeling like he's my friend? So That's where Orihime feels about it. And then Ichigo and Chad leave the apartment where Orihime lives, and they're talking, and and Chad's referring to the fact that Ichigo you can't really do anything at this point. You just got your powers back. So Ichigo investigates himself to go back. Can't even say this guy's name right. Gojoro, the guy that looks like Aizen, slick hair, and he tells Ichigo he was an ex-ally. So now we're gonna get the full story in the next chapter about this guy. Here's another tidbit. This chapter was just it was too. Listen, all those Orihime haters, I'm telling you right now, they're probably going, yay, yay, Orihime that's dead, blah blah blah. Enough, okay, enough. But I will tell you this. This reminded me of something. Do you remember when Ichigo fought Zaraki back all the way when he was trying to save Rukia? And when Ichigo started fighting him, even before then, he felt like he got stabbed, but there was no mark. Well, it seems to me that the same principle has happened here. But it just might be I'm just really too much into this. Kubo. Let me tell you something about Kubo right now. And somebody wrote in on my, comment saying how, people, they want to see violence, they want to see action, war, and everything this other shit going on. You gotta be patient. You gotta give him time. But I will tell you this. I think Kubo is going in the right direction. I don't know about this, but the thing about it is, what my concerns are these. Number one, how does this connect to Rukia and the Soul Society? That's number one. Because remember, you saw that part a couple of chapters ago where Ichigo heard Rukia's voice through his badge. That's number one. Number two, what's Ichigo's final weapon gonna be like? It can't be that thing with the, Okay. Number three, down the road, Ishin. What's the story? Okay. And finally, number four, could he at least develop Orihime's powers? Cause she to the point where her powers, she gets a full brain and her powers becomes huge like Ichigo's or Chad's or whatever. But that was my concerns about the show. This was shocking because I'm sorry, guys, but Orihime's a great character. I disagree with these people who hate her. I love her. In fact, if she was real, I can't believe I'm saying this. If she was real, I'll go out with her in a second. But it was really shocking that throughout the entire series she hasn't been fatally wounded. And here she almost was. But I like the fact that Kubo is stating switching roles here. Orihime's now the one trying to protect Ichigo. Ichigo can't really use his powers anymore, right? At this moment. He's mastered it. So, you get this sense, This chapter was probably better than the last 3, 4, 5 chapters I've seen. This had a lot of shock value to it. I'm giving it 5 hollow masks out of 5. Predictions. Well, you're going to get the full, like I said before, you're probably going to get the full-blown story about this guy. From Gojaro, I can't even say his name right. So, we'll see where that goes. But man, I'm half of me likes what happened in this chapter, and the other half doesn't. You know? I'm sorry, seeing her get stabbed like that, it was so shocking. I was like, it creeped me out. Personally. My heart was like, I was so shocked and appalled that that's what Kubo did. But, I want to tell everyone, he is not doing what? He is not doing. He's doing exactly what we didn't want him to do. That we wanted him to stay away from. And he is staying away from it. This is not going to be a rescue arc. There's going to be no rescues going on here. It's going to be simple. We'll see how this goes, but this chapter really got me on edge. I was like, holy shit. But you got to admire Orihime now. It's funny how this chapter came out, because this week, the dub, it's the faded episode where Ichigo gets his ass kicked. And you see Orihime say, like his name like 11, 12, 13 times. So that Orihime is dead. That Orihime is gone. I mean, you might see her when she might feel about Ichigo, saying Kurosaki-kun, whatever. But I don't think you're going to see that one for a while. But that's just my opinion. But we'll see how this develops, because I'm really interested now. Kubo did not bring us anything to the table. Nothing explosive. This is very explosive. I see big things happening here. Regardless what anyone says. Orihime, God bless you. God bless your fucking orange, red hair. God bless your body. God bless your mind and your personality. Because I will remain a fan of this show as long as Ichigo is kick-ass, kind of. And as long as Orihime looks the way she looks. Especially in this juncture. But this has been Bankai 922. Tell me what you guys think. I can see a lot of haters or evaders being joyous, but I still say to them, cut it out. But we'll see where this goes. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you guys think about my 4 things about Orihime's powers, Aizen, Ishin, what else was it? Oh yeah, Ishin, the whole Soul Society getting involved, and Ichigo's development of his powers. Tell me what you guys think of those 4 things. What do you think needs to be changed about those for them to get going? Alright, it's Bankai 922. See you guys next week.